Fast, focused, and fearless. Here are the latest stories at this hour. I'm Denise Tan. The Firearms and Explosives Office of the Philippine National Police has revoked the firearms licenses of Senator Bato de la Rosa. The former PNP chief is believed to own more than 100 guns. Meantime, NBI and PNP CIDG personnel raided a house in Barangay Balibago, Angeles City in Pampanga, allegedly hiding place of de la Rosa. The property is believed to be owned by the uncle of Senator Robin Padilla, who is now facing possible obstruction of justice complaint. Padilla earlier admitted to giving De La Rosa a ride on May 14 after the shooting incident inside the Senate. De La Rosa is the subject of an ICC arrest warrant linked to the case of former President Rodrigo Duterte. Senator Bato and Digong are charged over the drug war. On to another story. Senator Amy Marcos's claim of an active move to change the 1987 Constitution continues to draw reactions. Even her brother, President Marcos, has been asked about it. More in this report.
The objection over Senator Amy Marcos's supposed expose extended way beyond the Senate halls. Over at the House of Representatives, lawmakers castigated Amy after accusing her brother's administration and some minority bloc senators of pushing for charter change to derail the candidacy of Vice President Sara Duterte. The supposed chacha would have kept senators in power beyond their terms and changed the required age for a presidential candidate from the current 40 years old to 50 years old. Duterte, who is still the leading presidential bet according to surveys, will turn 48 on May 31 this year and will be several days shy of 50 during the 2028 national elections. Tingog Party List Congressman Jude Asidre calls Amy's speech a shame for the Senate. He says it only reminded the public why many of them are tired of politics built on intrigue and reckless insinuations. On the other hand, House Prosecutor Jonathan Keith Flores asserts that chacha has never been discussed in considering Duterte's impeachment.
It has no relation at all, no? Never napag-usapan in the Committee on Justice or in the House yung mini-mention niya charter change, no? I've never heard of it. Never brought up, never discussed, and never was made a part of the consideration in the voting.
Deputy Speaker Janet Garin believes if there really was a serious push to tweak the 1987 Constitution, the House leadership would know about it.
None that we know of, no? Unang-una, kapag merong talagang seryosong ipupursue, sana nalaman ng mga lideres ng Kongreso. Wala kaming narinig na ganyan, walang napag-usapan. Almost every week we have meetings with the leadership. Hindi ito napag-usapan. For me, kasi kung seryoso, hindi sana pinag-usapan. But talagang hindi siya napag-usapan.
Senator Marcos accused House Speaker Bogie D and Senate Minority Leader Tito Soto of discussing charter change by way of a constituent assembly. That's during a meeting at a casino resort on April 22 when Soto was still Senate President. But Soto was quick to clarify. It was just that talk, admitting his preference to lower the age for President and senators. D has not yet publicly commented on the matter. But in a message to News 5, Senior Deputy Speaker Ferdinand Hernandez says the House leadership will not dignify speculative political narratives or rumors. Before leaving for a state visit to Japan, President Marcos was asked about his sister's new allegation.
Your sister said that you wanted a no-election scenario.
I wanted a no-election
Allegedly, sir.
For Palace Press Officer Claire Castro, the presidential sister's accusation is nothing but a cover-up, a diversionary tactic amid controversies hounding the Senate.
Meron tayong batas patungkol sa susunod na eleksyon, 2028. So, nakakasiguro tayo na ang Pangulo ay susunod sa batas. Ang tanongin nyo, kung si Senator Amy ba ay nakakasiguro na ang kanyang sinasabi ay totoo.
Kapatid mobile journalist Mary Monreyes, we are One News.
And school opening is less than 2 weeks away. How are the prices and supply of school essentials? Let's ask mobile journalist Fatima Baduria reporting to us live from Divisoria in Manila. Fatima, have you noticed any price hike so far at marami na ba ang namimili dyan?
Denise, malapit na nga ang pasukan kaya unti-unti nang dumarami ang mga nagpupunta sa Divisoria para mamili ng school supplies. So far, stable pa naman ang presyo ng mga bilihin. Ito sa mga nakita kong presyo, no? 15 pesos ang isang piraso ng notebook, 120 pesos naman ang 10 piraso at ang ballpen, 10 pesos kada isa, 70 pesos naman kung isang dosena. Ang crayons nasa 35 to 90 pesos, depende sa dami. 10 pesos naman ang isang lapis at 95 pesos naman kung isang dosena ang bibilin. 15 pesos naman ang ruler habang ang pad paper ay 12 pesos. Ang isa may mabibili na ring set ng lahat ng klase ng o lahat ng sizes ng pad paper, may kasama ng ballpen at correction tape. Nasa 100 pesos naman yan at nasa 150 to 300 pesos naman ang presyo ng backpack para sa mga bata. Denise, may nakausap lang din ako na tumaas daw ang kuha niya sa crayons mula sa supplier. Epekto pa rin ng pagmahal ng gasolina. 5 piso daw yung itinaas pero pasok pa rin ito sa price list na itinakda ng Department of Trade and Industry noong nakaraang taon. Sa ngayon kasi wala pang bagong price list na inilalabas ang DTI, pero sa nakikita natin kung ikukumpara yung mga nakalagay doon sa price list last year, saka yung mga presyo na nakikita natin ngayong araw ay pareho pa rin yung presyo. Yun nga lang sabi ng mga nagtitinda ay kakaunti pa raw yung namimili ngayon kumpara sa inaasahan nilang dagsa ng mga tao nung mga nakaraang taon. Pero inaasahan naman daw nila na pagpatak ng Hunyo ay mas dadami na yung mga mamimili dito sa Divisoria. Denise?
Okay, Fatima, nasilip mo din ba yung, let's say, mga presyo ng mga school essentials katulad ng mga bags, ng mga uniform, at suma total, mga magkano kaya yung kailangan na budget ng isang magulang para makumpleto yung school supplies ng kanilang mga anak?
Denise, may mga nakita akong bags for as low as 150 pesos. Meron na yan. Pero kung gusto yung mga trolley, yung mga dihila, meron yan mga...
All right. Thank you for that update, mobile journalist Fatima Baduria. Now, the PNP Anti-Cybercrime Group has shut down a massive online investment scam hub operating under the guise of a legitimate call center. The details from mobile journalist Jazz Paredes.
63 individuals, including a 55-year-old foreign national alias Boss, were arrested for allegedly operating a large-scale online investment scam in Pasig City last May 20. The Philippine National Police Anti-Cybercrime Group, together with PAOK, the DOJ Office of Cybercrime, the Securities and Exchange Commission, and Barangay San Antonio, implemented a warrant search, seize, and examine computer data or WSSECD against the scam hub, which falsely presented itself as a call center and trading-related company. The operation stemmed from complaints filed by several victims who were allegedly deceived into investing money in the company. Most of the victims were senior citizens. Authorities later discovered that the company had been operating for several years under different names.
Base sa aming pananaliksik, almost 10 years na siya nagpaiba-iba lang ng pangalan ng kumpanya. So ito ay sa Ortega Center ng Pasig City.
Sir, it looks legit. Meron talaga silang office.
Yes. Legit ang setup.
Investigation revealed that the suspects used fake identities to manipulate victims into continuously depositing money while controlling withdrawal requests to create the illusion of legitimate trading activities.
These are employees, but they actively participated sa scheme na ito. So that's why they were included sa ating arrest. But itong platform na ito, gumagamit ito ng mga celebrities para sa kanilang promotion. So they have a fake advertisement. Pinipigil nila yung picture ng celebrities.
It was also revealed that the company identified as KLSJ Call Center Services and X-Trade was not registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission, which means it had no authority to solicit investments or engage in securities-related activities. More than fake advertisements, operatives discovered an organized team involving marketing personnel, telesales agents, and retention agents tasked to persuade victims to invest in X-Trade through scripted communications using messaging apps and other online platforms.
Minimum para mag-invest ka, at least hindi bababa sa $100. So mga 6,500 ang minimum sa peso na ginagamit nila. So depende sa investment mo. So pag maganda, parang stocks din sa dating nila.
The The arrested suspects are facing multiple charges under RA 10175 or the Cybercrime Prevention Act, RA 8799 or the Securities Regulation Code, RA 11765 or the Financial Products and Services Consumer Protection Act, RA of the Revised Penal Code. Operatives also discovered that the foreign boss has a pending warrant of arrest issued by the Pasig City Regional Trial Court for 70 counts of violation of Section 254 of the National Internal Revenue Code and 70 counts of violation of Section 255 of the same law. Recommended bail was set at 60,000 pesos per count for a total of 8.4 million pesos. The ACG operatives subsequently implemented the warrant of arrest against the foreign boss at the ACG custodial facility on May 25, 2026. Kapatid Jas Paredes, we are One News.
And those are the latest stories at this hour. I'm Denise Tan, and more headlines coming your way at 4 p.m. on StoryCon. Keep it here on One News.